Hello, everyone. We're going to enter our next section, which covers water. And in this section, we'll be looking at interactions that occur between molecules using water, how water is a good medium for life, some of the non-polar moieties and why and how they aggregate in water, how dissolved molecules alter the properties of water. And then we're going to be talking about some acid-base chemistry. So weak acids and bases and how they behave in water, how buffers work and why we need them. This is a big important one. And how water participates in biochemical reactions. Water is the medium of life as we know it. We evolved as life in water due to its protection from the UV light of the sun. And because of this evolutionary history, organisms usually contain up to 70 to 90% water. And most chemical reactions that we know, again, biological chemical reactions, occur in this aqueous environment of water. So water is very critical to understand because in this course of biochemistry, we're talking about life chemistry and biological chemistry. And so most of it will be taking place in water. It's critical as a determinant of the structure and function of proteins, for example, also of nucleic acids and of cellular membranes. So you can see water really is a critical piece to this story in the chemistry of biology. So let's look at the structure of the water molecule briefly as a reminder of our background chemistry. So here is the water molecule shown with all of its atoms and charges. So remember the octet rule. It dictates that there are 4 electron pairs around the oxygen atom in water. So you can see those shown here. Here are those electron pairs that are sitting off of oxygen, non-bonded. There are electrons that are covalently linked to 2 hydrogen atoms connected to that central oxygen atom. And again, the 2 remaining pairs of these electrons are non-bonding pairs or lone pairs that sit off of the oxygen. In total, with all of these bonding interactions and non-bonding interactions, oxygen as the central atom forms this tetrahedral. And again, you can see that in the picture. Here's the 4 interactions coming off and around of oxygen, forming this tetrahedral geometry, where 2 of those interactions, being the hydrogens, are bent in a particular direction, and the other non-bonding interactions with the electrons are bent in the other direction. This ultimately causes some charges to occur, and they're shown here in this diagram as well. We have partial positive charges that exist on the hydrogens, where the electrons are being pulled away from those hydrogens and towards the oxygen. And we have partial negative charges where we just have lone pairs of negative electrons. That causes the water molecule to look something like this. This is actually a diagram of the electronegativity, a map of it, and showing kind of the dipole charges around a water molecule. You can see the red area pictured here is the area of high electron density, negative charge. The blue areas are more positively charged. So this causes, again, what we call a dipole moment, meaning that there is some alteration or difference along the molecule in its charges. So we have an area of partial negative and an area of partial positive. Having no dipole moment would mean that you have neutral charge or you have the same charge structure throughout a molecule. But this molecule, water, has charge densities that are separate along the molecule. The dipole of water is very important, and its ability to form interactions through this dipole, we'll talk about more, is one of the main ways that it is involved in chemistry of other molecules.